getting in the game, it's about time. This is my time, this is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time now, I'm finally getting in the game, it's about time. This is my time, this is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time now, I'm finally getting in the game, it's about time. This is my time, this is my time. The only thing I
Can you turn your light off? I guess it's hard for me to sleep like this.
I'm almost over this chapter. I got about 30 more minutes.
30 minutes?
Yeah.
I can't sleep. All right.
A few moments later.
Babe, I mean, it's been 10 minutes. Can you please shut it off? I got to wake up early in the morning.
I have about 20 more minutes on this chapter. This is my only time to read.
I understand, but I have to get up early in the morning. Can you just read in the morning? I mean, I have a lot I have to do tomorrow.
Didn't you just get a sleep mask?
You know what? You right.
Use it.
Manta sleep, baby.
I don't know how you sleep with that thing on.
It's actually comfortable. Pitch black. I don't have to worry about your light. I'll be able to sleep just fine.
Well, enjoy it. Looks good on you.
This actually feels good. Good night, baby.
Good night, love you.
Love you too.
Ladies and gentlemen, check out Manta Sleep. The link to the website is in the description of this video. Make sure that you use promo code TDPHINSTALK. That is TDPHINSTALK. Again, make sure you check them out. Supporting our sponsors is supporting the channel. If you can't sleep when it's bright, these masks will turn out the light. Manta Sleep. Check them out. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. I hope everybody is having a blessed day today. It is Monday, May the 1st, 2023. Man, oh man, oh man. Let me turn my light up real quick so we got a better backdrop. Let's brighten it up, baby. Let's go. Miami Dolphin fans, I'm about to give my official post-draft analysis and give you my grade and what I think the Miami Dolphins grade is overall for the draft. I'm gonna be honest. I took a few days. To relax. Went to church and just relaxed yesterday, let it kind of soak in, played me a little bit of poker and different stuff like that, just to get away from the grit and grind of streaming, and soak in what happened over the weekend with the draft. And sometimes that's very necessary, because sometimes you can underreact, sometimes you can overreact. And I think I got a really good analysis tonight of our draft, of what we did, what decisions we made, whether or not they were good decisions, bad decisions, what we can look forward to out of those decisions. And we'll go from there. Now, first and foremost, if you can, please punch the like button. It would be greatly appreciated. Hit that like button now. We already have about 176 people watching, but only 51 likes. So y'all already know this time of year they don't send the notifications out to everybody. You know what? and I'm sorry to like get off a little real quick tangent. I'm gonna be honest, man. YouTube got some explaining to do. YouTube has some explaining to do. They be doing you. I'm gonna be honest. They be doing your boy wrong. They be doing your boy dirty, and I don't get it. And let me explain what I mean by that. The internet is a big search engine, okay? And everything I do, when I search myself, a lot of times I'm nowhere to be found. But a lot of my counterparts are easily found. And I usually count it all like whatever it is, what it is. But I think the line has been crossed officially. I'm about to say something that's real. I can't believe that me myself, I went on YouTube and I never have to do this, by the way, but I typed in TDPHINSTALK. And if you type in a direct name, somebody said TD don't do it. I know, right? Like I shouldn't do this because it's probably gonna make it worse for me. But if you type in someone's direct name, the direct channel's name, TDPHINSTALK, and by the way, I did this on a channel. Y'all know how I have all those other channels. I did it on a channel that's not subscribed to TDPHINSTALK. When you type in TDPHINSTALK, I am as distinctive as it gets. I even spell the fins different with the P. I have no idea why my counterparts' videos show up before mine and I type in TDPHINSTALK. And there's only one reason I did that, because somebody sent me something that said this is what was happening. And I ain't trying to make this racial or nothing, but African American creators on YouTube. So I tested it out. And now I come up, but why would I be third on my distinct name? Straight up, TDPHINSTALK. Distinct name. And this isn't for those who are subscribed. These are for those who are unsubscribed or never were related to the channel. Because if you're subscribed, they make sure you get there. But for new people trying to search me, it is a shock to me to see that other people come up before they even show me. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. So it is what it is, man. It's crazy to me. I was shocked when I saw that, but at the end of the day, you just got to keep grinding and keep doing what you do, and it is what it is. All right, TD, they talking about you. Yeah, I know a lot of people talk about me, man. You came up under both for me searching Google. Google's a different story. Google, the thing that's frustrating about Google is when you type in Miami Dolphins, I gotta scroll down to and you hit videos, I gotta scroll down to probably like 60 something before my first video show up. But other people that do what I do, they already got like 8 to 10 videos that's within those first 60. So it is what it is. I know I come up on TDPHINSTALK on Google. Yeah, Google's gonna be distinct and bring me directly up. But within Google's YouTube, it's weird to me. It's weird to me. And I actually wrote a message about it too and sent it to them, just to see what they think. Maybe they'll clean it up. I don't know. Who knows? They are probably adding your name when upload their videos under search criteria for their videos. Oh, Robert, that's interesting. Putting hashtags and stuff like that. So my channel will be related to theirs. So if somebody's searching me, it definitely has them up there too. Yeah, that's interesting. I never thought about that, because that is because I could do that if I wanted. I think about it because they give you the option to say keywords. You know, if somebody's searching this keyword, we'll make sure you pop up. It could be happening. I'm not sure. But that's interesting. Good observation. That's a way. All right. You can pay Google to be first. Some people pay Google. Well, I know that already. I already know that. I just never tried it, but I figured that next year I am gonna try to take this channel to a whole new level. So I probably will put a few dollars towards advertisement for those people who don't even know I exist. There's somebody. Well, actually, I got 12 subscribers today. Some of those 12 subscribers didn't even know I existed. Like, who is this guy? So I want more people to know about the channel, you know? So it's always a good thing. I mean, I've had people in our community tell me they've done it and it works wonders. And I just never did it, but I'll probably look into it. All right. But anyway, I just had to go off on that because every time we get in the off season, they always do this notification crap to me where all y'all be emailing me saying I didn't get the notification. Showing the "Is This Your Man" video with Steve Wook. Oh, I ain't gonna lie though, I did get an email from YouTube though. They said if I get another ban, like for monetization, it won't be 30 days anymore. It'll be 90 starting June 5th. If I do it again, it's going to be 90 days. And if I do it again after that, they can shut my channel down altogether. So going forward, I'm not going to be doing any copyright videos anymore because it be people that get me mad on here that be lying and sounding convincing. Then I got to pull the film up to show that they're wrong. And I'm just not going to do it anymore. If it ain't all 22, I'm not going to do it. All right. So, anyway, let's go ahead and dive in, y'all. Again, punch that like button. Let me take this off. I don't need it right now. Let's go ahead and dive in on my draft analysis. So, first and foremost, I think whenever we talk draft, we have to be fair and realize that there are no guarantees. When you drafted Waddle, there was no guarantee. Even though it's looking good so far. It's looking really good so far. When you draft people, there are no guarantees. You don't know. The number 1 overall pick can be a bust. A 7th round pick can be a superstar. But we also have to put logic into our reasoning. It's highly unlikely that a 7th round pick can be a superstar. And it's more likely that a 1st round pick is going to be a star. And I want us to keep that in mind as I do my draft analysis and I give my overall grade for the team. Okay. Chris Grier has had a history of failing in the draft. And I'm going to show a graphic later that will illustrate the reality of what we're dealing with in Miami when it comes to Chris Grier. But before we do, I want to put the special attention on this draft that we just had, okay? I know that this has been one of the most controversial drafts that the Miami Dolphins fan base has experienced because, to be quite honest with you, as a fan base, we're all over the place. But one thing I do recognize as a fan base is that an overwhelming majority were very excited to see if Chris Grier would address the offensive line and or a tight end and maybe even a running back if it was early enough in the draft. And the reality is we kind of went away from what the overall consensus wanted to accomplish. But regardless of us not receiving what we thought we should have received in this draft, we conformed to doing the typical Miami Dolphin fan type deal and justifying every decision we made. to a point where some people weren't having it. No, this is terrible. And some people were fighting against those people to try to say, y'all need to see the bigger picture. Give it time. So let me break down what I believe overall. Second round, pick number 51. We all wanted offensive line help. Maybe a running back if they fell that low like Gibbs, which he didn't. Maybe even a tight end that we all wanted, even though that tight end fell way lower than we were talking about we wanted him. Well, we didn't get any of that. Instead, we got cornerback Cam Smith. Now, I did an entire video 2 days ago on Cam Smith. And let me be clear. This was an excellent pickup. It was an excellent pickup for many reasons, but I'm going to stay away from performance in this conversation tonight. Because I don't care if you were the Heisman Trophy winner, you can come into the NFL and be a bust. So when we talk about draft picks, to be quite honest with you, it never matters what they did in college. It never matters how great they were in college. It never matters what their compliment is, if he looks like Deion Sanders, if he has the highest vertical, he benched the most, he ran the fastest speed. None of that truly matters. The only thing from a performance standpoint that matters in the NFL is how you perform the day you step on the field in a real live game. All of the back and forth. This person's this good. This person's that good. They can do this. They can do that. It's so irrelevant until they actually do it on this level. Because the one thing a lot of people overlook when it comes to college versus the NFL, I don't care how skilled you looked against D1 players in college. When you get to the NFL, you're playing just about 90% of the best of the best. 90% of the best of the best. And in college, compared to an NFL level, you're playing 30% of the best, maybe even less, maybe drastically less. Even if you go to a big school, SEC, doesn't matter. You could be a part of a power team. It doesn't matter because everybody on that roster at Alabama does not make the NFL. Everybody on that roster in Clemson, LSU, Florida, everywhere, they do not make the NFL. But when you get in the NFL, you are playing against nothing but players that do make it to the NFL, the best of the best. So I'm sorry, I don't care about what any player did in college. Of course, we have our day talking about what they did in college, what they look at, and then we draft them. As soon as they are drafted, that conversation goes out of the window. It is a done deal. Now it's time to put up or shut up. So I'm tired of making analysis about what somebody did in college and why that means they're going to be great in the NFL. Because half of us can't even recognize what's actually good and what's actually bad in college. So when it comes to Cam Smith, when I evaluate this from a Miami Dolphins standpoint, it's actually an excellent pickup. I have been crying on this channel. Yes, TD just said it. I admit I have been crying, complaining, boo-hooing about our future, how we're destroying our future. How are we going to, do you realize X and Byron or X and Ramsey now won't be here past 2 years. It's not likely. We don't have a plan to replace them. Armstead, this person, that person. We don't have a plan. We failed in the plan that we had to begin with. But it doesn't mean that you stop. It doesn't mean that you give up. It doesn't mean because you failed on no monogamy, you don't make a decision to go get Cam Smith. And we did pick him up. And I love the move by Miami because they're not fully abandoning their future, which gives me all the confidence in the world that we can get out of the hole we're in from a long-term standpoint. And many people don't recognize the hole we're in from a long-term standpoint. That's why this Christian Wilkins thing is dragging out. And I believe they'll get the deal done, but it's dragging out. They're trying to figure it out. The books have to make sense. When Chris Greer types in a number for Christian Wilkins over the next 5 years, and he's looking at year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, is just a mess. And how do I get out of it? That's what's holding the contract up, because he has to figure that out. He has to make the numbers work and how he's going to move this and who he's going to move from that. But pickups like Cam Smith, we don't know if you're going to hit on it. So it doesn't need to talk about we hit on it or we didn't. We don't know. But what we do know is if we do, which that's always the intention, then Cam Smith is the type of guy that makes paying Christian Wilkins much easier when you decide, thank you so much for your service, Xavier Howard. We want to trade you for a 5th round pick before it's too late. 2 years from now. And we're going to let Cam Smith take over and be the starter in that position. And now we're paying $2 million a year versus 25. And that gives us flexibility to re-sign a lot of these players. It helps us with the Christian Wilkins contract that was hard. It helps us with the Jalen Waddle contract that was hard. It helps us with the Javon Holland contract. And we need these type of acquisitions to give us a successful long-term future. Now, it still has to work out. But it's too early to talk about that because we haven't even seen the man play on the field. So I love the pick of Cam Smith. He has the potential. But I don't want to get into performance and what he can be because you never know in the NFL. And then when we go on to round, and by the way, the Cam Smith pickup, in my opinion, was an A-. Excellent pickup for this team and excellent for the future, especially he fits Fangio's system. The only knock on this pick is, again, for the team, there were other picks that could have helped us immediately accomplish this goal of winning a Super Bowl now. But A- for me. What grade did you give Cam Smith? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section. What grade did you give Cam Smith? Interested in knowing where you all are with it. I'm seeing C, C, A, B, B, A-, C, A, B+, 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 B, B-, C. Okay. Looks like we got an overall consensus of an average of about a B to a B+. Just the feel. Okay. It's fair. But moving along. Second round, we get Devon Achane. Hopefully I pronounced it correct. If I'm not mistaken, this was a pick from New England. A lot of people didn't know that. This was a pick from New England. This pick in day 1 and 2, I'm going to be honest with y'all, I was a little upset about it. You brought back 4 running backs. Then you draft a 5th one, which means there has to be some level of priority on the draft pick that you just used. It automatically puts Gaskins, Ahmed at a disadvantage. In my opinion, of course, you have to perform. You got to show up. But you tend to get a little bit more favor if you're one of the more recent draft picks. It bothered me the first few days. But let me tell you that as I sat down and really soaked this one in, I actually started to love it. And here's why. There is no greater opportunity on this team than the one that Achane is about to get. We have 4 running backs making pennies. I mean, it ain't no $14 million running backs on this roster. So when you go look at all 4 salaries, we got running backs making pennies with barely any guarantees, which means nobody is viewed as being committed to for the long-term future. This kid has an opportunity to come in and say, this is my team. This kid has an opportunity to come in and tell everybody and show everybody, this is my team. This is my team. He's faster than all 3 of the running backs, with the exception of Mostert. They run the same speed. He has some unbelievable skill. And again, I don't want to get into play because it was college play. But he has an opportunity to come in and say, this is my team. Running back in the 3rd round ain't looked at as a Jared Dokes in the 7th round like we did a few years ago. And just like Cam Smith, who has an opportunity to be the future, the difference between him and Achane is this kid has an opportunity to take this team over right away. Not only can he run the ball, but he's probably going to end up being the most skilled back catching the ball out of the backfield. Now, I see somebody saying, TD, can Achane become like Warwick Dunn? Please do me a favor. Let's not comp these players. I guess that's what I keep trying to get across, is the fact that you don't know what nobody is going to be in the NFL until they get with these big boys and see how they stack up. You could be the man, you could be the big dog on campus in college. And when you get to the NFL, you could be the big bust. The big bust. The only concern when it comes to Achane is he going to be gritty enough to improve in that in the pass blocking game? Is he going to be able to hold those speedy linebackers and safeties or that lineman? Is he going to be able to lay that hit, or, is he going to sacrifice his body and hold up? That's the big question. Because if you can't be on that field in Miami, because that's going to be a huge part of our game is play action. And you need that back to pick up that extra guy. Achane, is that how you pronounce his name? Achane? I guess I'm pronouncing it wrong. I thought it was Achane, Achane or whatever. It's Achane? I guess, yeah, bingo. Okay. Achane. Yeah. If y'all done been here for the 5 years with me, y'all know I'm messing everybody's name up. Y'all know I'm messing everybody's name up. Achane. Is it Achane or Achane? Achane or Achane? I don't know. Y'all. I think it's Achane because somebody broke it out for me. Somebody said it really needed to be 5 running backs deep. This team can't go 5 deep. That's too many backs on a roster. LOL, man. TD will butcher a name. But I tell y'all from day one, don't get mad at me if I'm pronouncing names wrong. It is what it is. I ain't apologizing because that's just me. I listen. And then I already told y'all know the rule. Y'all know the rules. I will learn your name when they calling it enough on the screen for the great play that you've given us. Until that moment, it ain't important to me. I ain't no professional journalist. That's what somebody got on me on Twitter the other day. This isn't journalism. I have never presented myself as being a journalist. I don't answer to nobody but God and that woman I told to be the wife for the rest of my life. I don't answer to nobody. So don't put me up there with with journalistic standards and all of that. No, I'm gonna be unapologetically me. Okay, so I'm terrible with names, and I refuse to be at this professional stage where at least get their names right. No, go out there and ball on the field to where I hear it enough the right way for me to remember. That's how I feel about it. Yeah, until then, it ain't that important to me. It's not that important to me. You know how they say go make a name for yourself? That's the true definition of it. Make your name important enough for people to remember it and pronounce it right. And I hope that's what he does. Achane. Achane. Okay, and do I even have Devon right? Or is it Devon? Oh my gosh. See, I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Is it Devon or Devon? Devon Achane. Devon Achane. Achane. So I don't know whatsoever. I don't remember from the night they called it, okay? So anyway, let's move on. Y'all got me stuck on this name. Let's move on, all right? Oh man, but I love the pick for the simple fact that he has an opportunity to say, hey, this is my team. And I hope he understands that. I hope he understands that they haven't committed to none of these guys. I hope Mr. Achane understands that they haven't committed to none of these guys, and this is your opportunity, homie. That's why I gave this pick a A. That's why I gave this pick a A by the Miami Dolphins. Because the kid got skill. Whether he gonna be good or not, that's to be seen. We don't just give out those trophies automatically. All right. What grade did you give the Dolphins for Mr. Achane? What grade did you give the Dolphins for that selection? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section. I'm seeing a lot of A's and a D. Man, I think that's being brutal. B plus. I see you, Glenn. Peter, I see you, A. St. Michael, D. Irvin Johnson, C. So this was a little bit more conflicted. I'm getting like an average of a B minus, almost. Yeah, I'm getting like a B minus feel. It's a little off from my A. Maybe I'm overinflating values here. Okay. All right, let's go to the 6th round where we get Elijah Higgins. Elijah Higgins, ladies and gentlemen. Stanford wide receiver / tight end. I actually love this pick the most. What you have to keep in the context with this pick is that it was in the 6th round. And we have a dual threat. And what do I mean by a dual threat? They really believe that he can line up at tight end at times because he's very physical. He's a big body. but he also reminds me of a AJ Brown body type, a little bit bigger, maybe, and he might even weigh less. I don't know. But he reminds me of an AJ Brownish body type, but a guy who can line up in the tight end and get the job done. And I haven't heard from the team yet if they're gonna, like, is he gonna be a dual threat or are they gonna pick one or the other? I don't know if y'all have heard and I haven't, but if they have, let me know in the comment section. Did they recognize him as a wide receiver or a tight end, or did they say they just happy they believe he could play both? Because that's what's going to be interesting to me. Because I haven't really listened to Mike McDaniel and Greer. I'm going to listen to that tonight before I go to bed, because I didn't want to be skewed on my thoughts. I wanted to soak this in, give my own, then hear from them to let them give me that back end influence. So I'm hearing from y'all that they're saying that they're making him a tight end. I like it even more because we brought in another player who can come in and say, this is my team. And when I say my team, I'm not talking about the team. I'm talking about this is my team because I'm the leader at my position. I know he's a 6th-round pick, but at the same token, do you all not think that he could come in and lead a room? Great young man, humble young man. He might actually come in and take over that room. Now, some people are saying no, and then somebody said you're joking, right? Who we got in the room now? Who we got in the room now? Who we got in the room now? Does he block? Does he catch the ball? Does he get really good yards after the catch? This is one of those picks right here where you really do need them to develop him into a starting caliber tight end. His intangibles are fine. The 6'3" is fine. He got hands, obviously. And I'm going to be honest with you. I personally feel like he's more of a fit for Tua. And what I also love about the pickup is the potential versatility. You got the guy lining up at the tight end, but he knows a lot of the receivers' responsibilities. Flex him out, different packages, different personnel. You can go big, power run, but it's play action. Really sell it more. See, a guy like this, you don't know what you're doing when he's on the field. I watched some of the film. He's good at screen passes. A lot of this stuff. I think that this guy can make a name for himself in Miami and take over that room. I'm sorry. We got Durham Smythe and the rest of them guys. I like them. They've always been serviceable. They've always done their job. But at some point, we need somebody to come in and be the front runner. Not a placeholder, because honestly, those guys have relegated themselves to being that. And that's why I like this pick with Elijah Higgins. He has the, see, what I love is that so far I've read 3 kids, right? I read these 3 kids' name. These three young men's name, and all three of them have a chance to be the future without interruption. Who's standing in their way? Who's standing in their way? The way the roster is constructed, who's standing in their way of being the future? And that's just why these kids have an opportunity to embrace it, embellish it, and get it done. I love the Elijah Higgins pickup. I'm looking for that to be the surprise of the draft. Remember, I said this, okay? I back up a lot of things I say, but this is one of them I'm going out on a limb to tell y'all. Remember, I said this. This might be the steal of the draft. We may not recognize it this year, but I believe one day we may look up and say, man, we got Elijah Higgins in the 6th round. Remember, I said that. Higgins is 3rd on the depth chart for tight end. Of course he is. Of course he is. Where's Cam Smith? Where's Achane? Where are they on the depth chart? Guys ain't even worked with the team yet. Ain't even worked with the team yet. He has to earn his way up that depth chart. And I'm looking forward to him showing that he can. Y'all just remember I said that, all right? Elijah Higgins. Remember that name. And what TD said. All right? Round 7. Ryan Hayes, offensive tackle, Michigan. Oh, well, by the way, let me back up. B+ for the Elijah Higgins. B+. What did y'all give that pick up? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section. Here we go, guys. I see it. Look like I ain't far. Look like an average of about a B. Consensus in the comment section. All right, cool. Let me see if I can pull this up. All right. Give me a second. All right, here we go. So, left tackle. Offensive tackle, let's say that. Ryan Hayes, 7th round, Michigan. They mad at me on Twitter because, some of the things I put on there about this pickup. I don't have a problem with Ryan Hayes. I have a problem with history. Does anybody know a great offensive tackle that was drafted in the 7th round? I'm sure there's some in history, but does anybody know any that rings right off the top of your head? Offensive tackles. Somebody said Isaiah Prince. I don't like the pick. And I hope me not liking the pick, he end up being the best one. Listen. History will tell you, and I'm guessing this, and I'm probably even exaggerating, but history will tell you a 7th round offensive tackle probably got 1% chance of being a success in the NFL. The one position where you just really got to be good is that offensive tackle. It's one of the hardest positions to play in football, especially the NFL, because the defensive tackles are getting nastier and nastier in the league. It ain't got nothing to do with the old tackle. It's the fact that the defensive tackles are getting, I mean, not defensive tackle, but defensive ends are getting nastier and nastier. So, look, they showed a video, right, on Twitter of this guy somewhat, I believe he was getting like bull rushed. He just got put on his butt, just knocked backwards. It was that Eichenberg, Austin Jackson type stuff where you just like, oh my God. And I wrote a message. I said, man, I need a vacation. I'm sick of this. And, you know, people got mad at me. Oh, you only want to show the negative stuff. Then they want to post videos of highlights. So what about this play where he straight up demolished one of the best defensive ends in the league, in college, right? And what people don't understand is I don't care what you do in college, good or bad. But if I see any bad, it's bad. Because I don't care if you took the best offensive defensive end and put him on his butt in college. Your best defensive end coming out of college can only dream to come off the edge like some of these guys like Micah Parsons or when you get a stunt with Aaron Darnold coming your way, or just so many guys in this league, man. And what people need to recognize is the highlight that you saw of him putting the lineman on his butt, there ain't a single offensive lineman in the draft that don't have a highlight like that. Everybody got highlights. All linemen done put people on their butt. But I don't believe linemen are judged by the people they put on their butt. Linemen are judged by how many times they don't get put on theirs. Linemen are judged by what they don't give up. Linemen ain't judged by, oh, you won that play. Linemen are judged on how many plays you lost. And this guy is a dual threat. He can play guard and tackle. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, maybe they're going to shit me in that guard. But gosh, man, his arm's as short as Eichenberg. His arms are as short as Eichenberg. No. Don't get me wrong. I know some of y'all are naming some old linemen in history that were good in the 7th round. But how many? How many? He said, you're making no sense. Every great offensive tackle out of college have to face NFL DNs. I don't get your point. My point is, When you're drafted in the first round, you're drafted in the first round for a reason. When you're drafted in the seventh round, you're drafted in the seventh round for a reason. So can you help me understand why he was drafted in the seventh round? Yes, all the offensive linemen have to go against great DNs. But statistically, this is why the seventh round pick may not even make the team. This is why. Do y'all remember the last seventh round tackle that we drafted? Hurry up. Where my scholars at? Do y'all remember the last seventh round tackle we drafted? Come on, where are my scholars at? Where are my scholars? Thank you. It wasn't long ago. Larnell Coleman, the same draft with Jared Noakes. Larnell Coleman. Why was he drafted in the seventh round? And guess what? What happened? Ain't never played. So don't tell me I'm not making no sense. All tackles got to go against great DNs. Why was he drafted in the seventh round? Anybody got the answer for me? Because if he that good and he's that of a see, look, if you a steal at offensive tackle, third round maybe. If you're a first round talent and we get you in the third round, that's an offensive tackle steal. There ain't no seventh round steals. There ain't no seventh round steals. Gosh, you got drafted there for a reason. Now you have to defy all odds. And if you could do that, it makes you a legend. You're one of, that means, boy, you one of the greatest. So if he can become that dude for us, that's so freaking impressive. And my point is, if he can overcome it, it's like, wow, I can't believe this. It's like so shocking. That's how often it just doesn't happen. But for the life of me, I got people around here making it seem like we just drafted Laramie Tunsil. The way people talking, I'm like, did we get Tunsil back? Talk about this is a steal. An offensive tackle, if you steal him, it's a third rounder. Ain't no steal offensive tackle getting in no fourth, fifth, sixth round. You talk about one of the hardest positions to find a great player at. It don't. I mean, why you think Laramie Tunsil making that kind of money? Y'all act like teams just making left tackles all over the NFL. Marcus said, TD, you never know. Exactly. And I agree. You never know. You never know. You don't know what a player going to end up in the NFL, but come on, man. The point that I'm making is, why is it that people out here acting like we just picked up Laramie Tunsil? That's all I'm saying. I just signed. I just saw it. I just saw it. The Jets just signed Billy Turner. Dang, how did they get him? Give me a second, man. Aaron Rodgers, get his guy. Yeah, Cal, Billy Turner played with Miami and was horrible, or was Miami horrible? You know what, man? Listen, let's do this. It's time to start having this conversation. Is our O-lines terrible? Our players, other than the ones we paid for, is it our O-line personnel that's terrible, or is it just the fact that we never can get a good O-line coach? Because nobody is fixing people, and every time they go off and play for another team, they above average at worst. And some of them end up being real good. Yeah, playing on Super Bowl teams. Starting. And we keep putting it on the players, and I get it. But man, maybe it's like a combination of the players and the coaches. We just all left in Miami. We just can't get it right to save our life. Man. 75 career starts. Aaron Rodgers and Nathaniel Hackett get their guy. You're only as strong as your weakest link, TD. I know it. I know it. I know it. I know it. I know it, man. Let me see something real quick. All right, man. It's all good. They lose too much weight practicing in the heat. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, the last pick, man, I'm just gonna give it. I'm sorry, I'm just gotta give it. I gave it a C minus, y'all. I gave that last pick a C minus. I don't like it, didn't like it. It is what it is. Y'all may love it. The odds of a left tackle in the 7th round playing for your team or being any good is like so slim to none. It's like so slim to none. And when you think about all the tackles we got on our team, like, yeah, I want y'all to do that. Think about the tackles we got on our team now. Name the tackles on our team now, other than Armstead and Austin Jackson. Name the tackles that are on our team now. Give me the names. Give me the full names. I want to spell. I don't be knowing how to spell the name. That's why I be asking y'all. I don't be knowing how to spell all their names. Hold on. All right. Hold on. Let me do Smith first. Give me a second. Hold on. All right, here we go. Let's do it. Kendall Lamb. Yeah, let's do him first. All right. Let me see. I'm just trying to see where they were drafted at. Jesus. Is this the same? Is this the same Kendall Lamb that was drafted by the Lions? No, this ain't. This can't be right. Yeah, give me a second. He wasn't drafted by the Lions. Appalachian State. All right, here we go. Undrafted in 2015. He was with the Texans for 3 years, Cleveland for 1, Tennessee for 1, Detroit for 1, Miami. Gosh, look at what we got on this roster. Give me another lineman. God, dog. Come on. Give me another lineman. Any more? Ain't the lineman on the team, man. Because ain't that a shame? We probably don't even remember. Because I don't even remember. What's the other lineman on our team? I'll look it up, man. Let me look at our current depth chart. Doggone shame. Nobody even know the name of the other lineman. There you have it. You ain't gotta pull up no Larnell Coleman. We already know. Let's see here. Ryan Hayes. Jesus. Yep. Here we go. All right, Ryan. Let's find you. Jeez. Oh. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. You really can't make this stuff up with Miami. You really can't make it up. I ain't gonna lie. This boy, you can't make this up. 7th round pick, number 21. It was only what? It was only 11 other people drafted after him. Ryan Hayes, 7th round pick. Chris Greer don't care about this whole line. So one of them is undrafted. Another is a 7th round pick. Let me keep going. Christian. Yeah, give me a second. Christian. Give me some hope, bro.
All right, home stretch.
All right. Ron Christian. Here we go. 26 years old. 3rd round. Okay. Ain't did nothing. But we got a 3rd rounder. Who else we got? It's like one more, I believe, like Smith. Yeah, Keon. This is so freaking crazy. Undrafted, Keon Smith. And that's it. I think. You said Robert Jones, undrafted. Undrafted. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Undrafted 7th rounder and 1/3 rounder, and none of them can be our starting tackle. None of them can be our starting tackle. So it is what it is, man. That's why I give it a C- for the last pick of the draft. It's gonna be very hard. Like, didn't Chris Greer say he was bringing in competition for Austin Jackson and Eichenberg? Where's the competition? See, and I'm not gonna accuse Greer of playing these type of games, but this is what it make you feel like. He bring in guys he know ain't gonna beat him out, but then that'll make people think that they're better than they are. It's like having a average player, so you bring in a below average player to compete with them, and when they beat out the below average person, you think they're above average now because they beat something out. They won something. Chris Greer needs to get this right, y'all. He needs to go ahead and get a left guard and a right tackle and let Eichenberg and Austin Jackson be the depth. Let them be the depth. We got the money to do it. No excuse. We finna get $16 million from Byron. No excuse. Get the left guard, get the right tackle, and let Austin Jackson and Eichenberg be the depth, and let's call it a day. And if you got a little money left, you might want to go get Cook, but it don't look like it when you're drafting running backs. But we'll see. So overall, our entire draft, first I want to get your draft grade. What is your overall draft grade? I'll just tell you mine now. I gave this team a flat B. No B minus, no B plus. I gave us a flat B. A flat B. I had 2 A minuses, a B plus, and a C minus. Flat B. And again, the most underrated player that I believe we're going to look at in the future and love what we did was our 6th round pick, Elijah Higgins. I think he's going to be running that tight end room within 2 to 3 years. That's my thoughts. Somebody said super chat. I didn't see one. Oh, there it is. Okay. PJ Max said, I came late. You like any other rookie free agent moves? That's another thing. I don't know how long you've been rocking, PJ, but I stopped doing I tried to stop doing the free agent acquisitions last year. What's the last undrafted free agent that we that showed up for this team? I'll just put it like that. Name the last few undrafted free agents that showed up for this team and balled out to where we know that they're going to be a starter in the future, long term. Y'all said Kader Kohu? You think so? Where's Kader Kohu on the depth chart? Need him. Injuries might hurt him. Injuries might hurt him. But I ain't gonna lie, that's all I can remember too. I was only gonna name Needham, by the way. Kohu, 1 year, still was getting beat. I mean, I don't understand what everybody. I mean, it is what it is. Preston Williams, bunch of flashes that amounted to nothing. Preston is just like Kohu to me. Make some plays, some flashes, but can you be a solid main guy? Can you be a solid main guy? Now, don't get me wrong, the expectation, even if you end up being depth for 10 years, that's a success. But are these guys going to be 10-year guys? Still up for debate. Still up for debate. But I did see the list and all the players. There are some guys that you can look out for. I'll be doing a stream on that this week. But I don't like going through every single one of them, y'all. Because to be quite honest with you, every single one of them got like a 1 to 2% chance of making the 53 anyway. And they about 20% of them got a chance to be considered for the practice squad. So time will tell, we'll see. Just like these 7th round picks, man. Just like these 7th round picks. James Tunstall, yeah, I seen him. Devon Best was undrafted, yes. I mean, there are some. I ain't saying they never are, but look at the numbers. We signed 20 of them. And you get one a year that look like he might be something, and 3 years later, he ain't on the roster no more. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Definitely want to see guys on that next level. Cameron Wake was an undrafted free agent. Yeah. But you at least saw him in a league, in a Canadian league, playing against more superior players than he would have played in college. So you got to understand, too. That was a professional league. So they're trying to get the leftover best of the best, which is still better than college teams, believe it or not. I mean, I go over a few, PJ. I'm just saying, at this point in me doing in TD Fins Talk, I guess my career doing this, man, at this point, I recognize now, about to go on 5 years, what's worth it and what's not. Let me give you an example. Remember what I said a month ago about mock drafts? You remember what I said a month ago about mock drafts? The first 3 years, 4 years, I did I did mocks last year. I mean, we mocks. Yeah, all day, right? You remember what I said? This year, we ain't finna be doing all the mock drafts. And the numbers came out. Every mock draft that was done, 92% of every single one of the first rounds were wrong. So if you did 31 picks in the first round, 92% of those 31 picks were wrong on average. 92% of all picks on mock drafts were wrong on average. So it's mock drafts is just entertainment. It's fantasy world. Hey, did you get there? Did anybody see us getting Cam Smith? Did anybody have Cam Smith at 52, 51? Anybody in this comment section had Cam Smith at 51? Honestly, though. No, huh? So nobody. Did anybody have Achane in the third round? All this Gibbs. Did anybody have us drafting Achane in the third round? Anybody? Come on. Anybody? Did anybody in the people you watch mock drafts have Elijah Higgins in the 6th round? No. And you sure didn't have a 7th round pick right. So I've gotten to a point where I realize what's smart to do and what's just a waste of time on this channel. Because I don't want to over delude stuff, because I like to stick to what's real and what it is. Talking about a billion possibilities ain't worth it. Now, if we look up Patrick Mahomes requesting a trade, we're going to talk about them possibilities all day. Because it's big enough to where it's worth it. But mock drafts, undrafted free agents, I see you in training camp. If anybody start making a name for themselves, they'll get mentioned because they were out there and they name kept popping up. So I don't want you to think, I'm being lazy with the content. It's just I don't like fluff content. I don't like wasting my time with content that statistically won't even matter 30, 60, 90 days later. I'm glad we drafted one instead of paying one. One what? Because you still might end up paying one. Keep that in mind. It ain't over. This offseason ain't over. Now, when we have a first round pick, I mock first rounds. You know, it's just fun. I do the fun of a first round. I really don't like mocking late first rounders, but I mock first rounds. That's where I'm at with it. But again, I give our overall draft grade a B. We're going to build this roster out. We're going to take all the players, and this week we're going to do the Excel spreadsheet we did last year, and we're going to create our 51-man roster. And y'all already know we're probably going to end up with like 40 to 45, and then we're going to have good conversation about the people that's on the cuff and the people that we got to see if they're going to, who's going to be fighting for positions. And we'll be updating it through the offseason as the adjustments continue to roll in as far as signings and releases. But so look forward to that type of content. We got a lot of great content that'll be coming your way. Also, I'm going to be getting the Patreon back cooking, but this time actually putting some work into it within my personal life. So if anybody wants to follow me in my journey, some of the journeys that I'm going to be going through from a health standpoint, from a spiritual standpoint, and a family standpoint, you can check the Patreon out, because that's going to I'm already filming stuff for it. It's going to be very insightful. I'll say that. You'll see some of the rawness of my life, the behind the scenes, the behind the camera stuff that, because everything look all great, whenever you're on camera. But, we all living life out here. So all that stuff will be coming real soon. But I already set up the Patreons today, so you can go look at the 3 different tiers. And I brought them down as well. So there's 3 levels to the Patreon. The first level is just a $2 level where it's just strictly a donation to show support. The next level, which is $4, gives you all exclusive access to all the exclusive content that'll be coming. And then the last level 15, which is all exclusive level, but also with the donation as well on the back end. So I'm just hoping everybody can sign up to a lot of people can sign up to the $4 one, because I want them to see my journey that I'm on right now that you all may not know about. And I'll start dropping videos on that coming soon. So it's stuff that y'all don't know that I'm dealing with right now that I'll be going through. So exciting times, man. But yeah, good stuff. Pastor TD, yeah, you can say some of that too, man. Because yeah, I don't want to give too much away, but I ain't saying, let me stop. I'm not Pastor TD. No, I'm not becoming a pastor, at least not yet. You know, if I ever hear from God and that's what he wants me to do, I'll listen. I obey every one of his commands, everything that he asks me to do. I may fall short at times, but when I know that he asked me to do something, I go after it. So, but that ain't what he asked me to do. But that still won't stop me from giving a word. That still won't stop me from maybe having a word here and there. So, but anyway, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot that you'll be able to enjoy on the Patreon. So we're gonna get that rolling though. We're gonna get it rolling. And then on top of it, just in case, you know, YouTube do me like they're doing me now, which is real dirty. As far as monetization, I won't have to worry about those type of things too with the people that support me. So we good. Yeah, we all good. Anywho, let me see some. I got that twice. TD Jakes. I know, right? TD Jakes. I don't even know TD Jakes' real name. TD. I don't know what that stands for. That's crazy. And he was my pastor. That was crazy. My bishop, I should say. For every time to Lord. This tour last year, if he gets hurt again, I want to be one of your deacons. Desmond. Stop, Desmond, man. You funny. But now I'm about to get up out of here, man. But this whole notion, this might be Tua's last year if he get hurt. Maybe not. Maybe not. There's no guarantee for that either. That you picked up that 5th-year option. If you can't find nobody to trade him with, it may not. Tua's different than Baker. Baker was inconsistent play, and a team will take a chance on that to see if he just need a new scenery. But injuries? No, they'll be like, no, I ain't trading for that. So it'll be harder to trade Tua than Baker. So no, man. If he get hurt, you still might have to deal with him in the 5th year. So yeah. Anyway, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'm finna get up out of here. I'll see y'all soon. Peace. I am out. God bless. Y'all stay blessed. I will see y'all soon, man. Tomorrow night. Whoa. Before you get out of here, you better come back tomorrow night. 6 p.m. We got a banger for you. We got another collaboration with me, Barry, and Doug tomorrow night on this channel. We're going to be talking about this draft. They're going to be giving their takes. I'm going to be challenging them. We're going to be talking about this draft. So tomorrow night, 6 p.m., come through, show your support, make that a huge stream for this channel. And it should be a great collaboration, all right? So Barry and Doug will be on tomorrow night, 6 p.m. We won't be more than an hour, 45 minutes, something like that. Y'all come through, show your love. Anyway, appreciate y'all. I will see y'all soon, all right? God bless you.